With eyes sparkling like twin stars, the energetic girl thrusts a large bag forward, her smile brimming with excitement. Don't worry, we've got everything. Invitation cards, outfits, all prepared. Let's go change our clothes, she declares enthusiastically. Her confidence radiates so brightly that even the hesitant Kaka beside her can't help but feel drawn into her energy. Though a sweat drop slides down Kaka's temple, betraying her uncertainty, a faint curiosity begins to stir within her. Maybe, just the maybe, this crazy plan could actually work. Later that evening, under a dimly lit sky, thoughts swirled restlessly in Kaka's mind. Bei Ming, hasn't contacted me for 2 days. Maybe he won't do it tonight. The silence of her room feels heavier than usual, and she can't tell if she feels relief or disappointment. Her heart beats faintly with confusion between excitement for the upcoming party and the ache of waiting for someone who might never reach out again. Meanwhile, somewhere across the city, inside a sleek black car gliding smoothly along the road, a man sits silently by the window. His sharp eyes are half hidden beneath dark lashes, his face unreadable. From the driver's seat, a voice breaks the silence. Sir, do you find Zhao Qingfu's words credible? The accident that year was just an incident. The child in class 3 who collided even disappeared strangely. The man's expression remained still, his gaze lost in the scenery flashing by. The past, shrouded in secrets and unanswered questions, lingers between them like a shadow neither of them dares to confront. In the quiet interior of a sleek car, a man dressed in an elegant dark suit sat with a calm yet commanding aura. His hand rested casually on his lap, the crisp white cuff of his shirt peeking out from beneath the tailored sleeve. Everything about him, from his poised demeanor to his sharp attire, spoke of power and control. Through the car window, the city skyline shimmered beneath the morning sun. The man, his expression cold and calculating, gazed out in deep thought. Send people to follow him 24/7, he ordered, his tone low and decisive. The reflection of the sky in the glass softened his sharp features, but the steel in his eyes revealed his unyielding determination. At the driver's seat, another man turned slightly, catching a glimpse of the rearview mirror. He awaited further instructions, silent but attentive, knowing that the man behind him was not someone to question. Yes, sir. So, now we will go to the party? The driver asked obediently, his voice steady. The atmosphere in the car was one of discipline and quiet authority. Yes, came the short, firm reply. One word was enough to command complete obedience. The journey continued in silence as the car sped toward the next destination. Moments later, the grand hall of a lavish party came into view. Crystal chandeliers sparkled above as guests in elegant attire mingled beneath the golden light. Laughter and music filled the air, wrapping the evening in an aura of sophistication and mystery. In another part of the venue, a bright, enthusiastic voice echoed, "Our Kaka is the most beautiful person in this school. Look at me, I'm your fan." Her eyes shone with admiration, her excitement lighting up the room. And then she appeared, Kaka, the radiant figure everyone had been talking about. Her long pink hair cascaded down in soft waves, and her mint green gown sparkled under the lights. Every step she took was graceful, her jewels glinting like stars against her porcelain skin. As she glided forward, the soft fabric of her dress swayed around her slender legs. The glimmering heels on her feet clicked lightly on the polished floor, commanding attention with every movement. All eyes turned toward her. She was the embodiment of elegance. "Don't be messy," Kaka said gently, turning to her cheerful friend beside her. Her tone was soft, but her words carried quiet composure. The two girls smiled at each other, surrounded by the dazzling glow of the ballroom, one radiant with beauty, the other with warmth. The elegant woman in a mint green dress let out a quiet sigh, her gaze soft but tinged with the hint of melancholy. "Why don't others say such sincere words?" she murmured, her lips curling into a faint smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "I really just want to eat a piece of envy cake to heal my hurt soul." The sparkle of her emerald pendant shimmered gently, reflecting the light of the party as if echoing her conflicted emotions. As the evening unfolded, the room filled with laughter and music. The woman in green glanced toward her cheerful friend Xiangxiang, who was happily enjoying her dessert. About the invitation card and the costume, she thought quietly, I really don't know where Xiangxiang got them from. A mixture of curiosity and unease flickered in her violet eyes, even as she tried to blend into the glittering crowd. Standing side by side, the two women formed a striking contrast. The one in green, poised yet reserved, clutched her hands nervously before her. Beside her, Xiangxiang looked completely carefree, savoring every bite of the creamy cake in her hand. The buffet behind them sparkled with colors, towers of sweets, soft lights, and murmurs of conversation. Yet the woman in green seemed lost in thought, her mind elsewhere. "Kaka!" Xiangxiang laughed brightly, turning toward her friend with eyes full of mischief. "Come here! We should solve the stomach first." Her carefree tone broke through the formality of the night, bringing a spark of warmth to the glittering atmosphere. The fork in her hand gleamed under the golden light, a playful weapon against the night's elegance. She held her fork gracefully, a small piece of cake poised at the tip. The rich aroma of cream and sugar mingled in the air, wrapping the moment in simple delight. Dressed in her dark red gown, Xiangxiang looked radiant, her laughter as sweet as the dessert she enjoyed, unbothered by whispers or glances, living only for the joy of the moment. The woman in the elegant mint green dress gazed into the distance, her violet eyes soft yet resolute. After a quiet pause, she whispered to herself, "Fine. Anyone who also has a secret. I'll wait until she chooses to tell me on her own." Her words lingered in the air, filled with patience and quiet determination. Though uncertainty flickered in her expression, there was also a glimmer of trust, an unspoken belief that the truth would eventually come to light. Moments later, the grand ballroom shimmered with light and laughter. A tall man with golden hair and a warm smile approached her. Dressed impeccably in a burgundy suit, he exuded quiet confidence as he said, "This beautiful girl, I've never seen you appear at the party before. Is this your first time here?" His voice carried a hint of curiosity and charm, and the woman, caught off guard, could only smile in response as her friend giggled beside her. The conversation flowed easily between them. The air was light, the laughter genuine. The text across the moment said it all, talking happily. It was as if for a brief instant, the weight of secrets and questions had lifted. Surrounded by the glow of chandeliers and the murmur of other guests, they seemed like old friends, rediscovering joy amid the glitter of the evening. But as the laughter faded, she gracefully lowered her hand and replied, "I rarely appear at parties like this. Today, I just came to play. Sir, I will not bother you anymore." Her tone was polite but distant, the faint smile on her lips betraying a desire to retreat. The man's eyes narrowed slightly, studying her as if trying to read the truth hidden behind her calm demeanor. Her friend suddenly reached out, lightly touching her arm with concern. The woman turned, her violet eyes widening in surprise, as a quiet gasp escaped her lips. Something in the air shifted, a hint of tension, a spark of realization. The man's presence loomed close, and both women seemed caught between curiosity and unease. To be continued.
"Not bother? Me too. I also came here to play. There's nothing important. If we're both here, could I play with you?" His words carry a light-hearted flirtation, clearly testing the waters to see how she'll respond. The scene shifts to a lively girl with bright blue eyes and a teasing smile. Her long, golden brown ponytail sways as she turns toward him, unimpressed by his attempt at charm. With a hint of sarcasm in her voice, she says, "Hey bro, this way of flirting seems a bit old." Behind her, a friend with soft pink hair watches curiously, surprised by her bold reaction. As the girl crosses her arms confidently, her inner thoughts echo loud and clear. Kaka really hates guys who only know how to use their handsome looks to flirt with girls around. Her disdain for shallow charm is obvious. No matter how good-looking he might be, his words alone aren't enough to impress her. A tall, confident man with golden hair and striking green eyes stands in a luxurious hall, the golden lights reflecting softly around him. Dressed impeccably in a dark maroon suit and a bow tie, he carries an air of authority and elegance. With a faint but assured smile, he introduces himself, saying, "I am Dongfang Chen, General Manager of Dongfang Group." His voice is calm yet commanding, echoing through the grand room, instantly drawing everyone's attention. As he speaks, Dongfang Chen gracefully reaches into his breast pocket, pulling out a sleek white business card edged with gold. His movements are composed and deliberate, every gesture exuding sophistication. The light catches on the polished surface of the card, emphasizing his status and refinement. His calm demeanor shows that he's a man used to commanding respect and leaving a lasting impression. Across the room, two young women stare in astonishment, their eyes widening in disbelief. One of them, with chestnut hair and vivid blue eyes, can hardly contain her surprise, while the other, with pastel pink hair and bright violet eyes, looks equally amazed. Their voices tremble with awe as they exchange glances and whisper, "Dongfang Group? Is that the largest corporation in Donglin City?" The realization of the man's identity sends ripples of excitement and admiration through the crowd, marking the beginning of an unexpected encounter. Two elegantly dressed young women appear, standing side by side, their expressions calm yet confident. A speech bubble reveals their identity. "We are students of Yi Fei Office of Student Affairs." The atmosphere feels formal, as if they are introducing themselves in front of others. Above them, bold letters encourage readers to continue. Watch the next chap on mangakiss.org. It feels like the calm before something important unfolds. Laughter fills the air. The scene shifts to floating speech bubbles of "ha ha ha" and "oh dear," echoing through the space. The teasing tone suggests that someone might be mocking or amused by the previous statement. The laughter feels light, yet slightly condescending, hinting at an unseen group reacting to what was just said. The perspective turns back to the two young women, their faces showing surprise and confusion. The girl with light brown hair parts her lips slightly, asking, "What's up?" Beside her, the girl with long pink hair stares ahead, wide-eyed, as if she's just realized something shocking. Her inner thoughts surface. That is, the light around them seems tense, suggesting that what they see or hear next will change the tone completely. As the grand door slowly opened, a tall figure stepped into the room. The sharp sound of polished shoes clicking against the marble floor caught everyone's attention. The air seemed to shift, heavy with admiration and curiosity. The man's confident stride and elegant attire radiated authority and charm. A voice broke through the stunned silence, trembling with disbelief. "Oh my, he is Nan Gong Li!" In that instant, all eyes turned toward him, the name echoing through the hall like a spell. Gasps and whispers filled the room as the crowd tried to catch a glimpse of the man who had just entered.
A group of young women dressed in shimmering gowns stood frozen, their hearts racing. Their eyes sparkled, some shaped like hearts, others wide in awe, as they clasped their hands together, overwhelmed by his presence. One of them, her face flushed with excitement, covered her mouth and whispered breathlessly, "Someone please save me. He's even more beautiful than on TV." Their admiration was almost tangible, a wave of fascination spreading among them like wildfire. At the center of the glowing room stood 5 men, all dressed impeccably in black suits. They exuded an aura of quiet power and sophistication, their backs straight, their presence commanding. Among them, one figure stood out, his hair a striking silver that gleamed under the golden lights, making him impossible to ignore. The murmurs in the crowd grew louder, mixing awe with curiosity. Every step they took seemed rehearsed, graceful, yet intimidating. Together they looked like a constellation of stars, but it was the man with silver hair who drew every gaze, the mysterious Nangongli himself. The room fell silent as the sound of footsteps echoed across the marble floor. A faint, golden light poured in from the entrance, outlining the tall silhouettes of 2 men in sharp suits. Their presence carried an air of quiet authority, steady, confident, and unshakable. From where they stood, the 2 young women could only watch, their hearts beating faster with every step that drew closer. One of them, her long dark hair cascading down her back in a delicate braid, clenched her hands together nervously. The other, dressed in white, felt a sudden chill despite the warmth of the lights around them. They had been waiting for this moment for them. The tension in the air was almost tangible. No one dared to speak. The men's shadows stretched long across the floor until they stopped right before the women. For a brief second, time seemed to freeze. Every breath, every heartbeat, hanging in the fragile silence that bridged the space between them.